Hello, third graders. Welcome to another math lesson. Today we will be working on lesson 2-9, and our focus with this lesson is going to be on modeling division. And of course, we're going to start with a number talk. And our number talk is going to be a target number with addition. In the middle of the target, I have the number 87. Below are several numbers. What can you add together to get 87? And our focus is addition. So when I am looking, I see that if I would go 40 plus 30, that's 70. So there's my 40, and there's my 30. And then if I add on 17, I am going to get the target number of 87. What else could I do? Oh, I see 63. And if I add 7 to that, I'm going to get 70. And then again, if I add my 17 onto 70, I'm going to get 87. Ladies and gentlemen, while we're working on our target numbers, we can use the numbers at the bottom of the page more than once. Let's see. What about, so I've used 63 and I've used 7. What can we do with some of these other numbers? Here. What about 35 and 52? I add these together. 5 plus 2 is 7. 3 tens plus 5 tens is 80, so I get 87. I'm going to stop there, but maybe you can always come back to this page to see if you can come up with some other groupings of the numbers below to get to our target number of 87. For our mental math today, and when it's mental math, that means we're going to see if you can figure it out in your head. So if you have 16 stickers to share equally between yourself and a friend, how many stickers will you each get? So if I'm trying to figure this out in my head, and I'm going to go back and read the problem and see what I know, I have 16 stickers, and I want to share them equally, which means everybody gets the same, and it's going to be between yourself and a friend. Well, that's 2 people. So that means I need to divide those 16 stickers into 2 groups, so that each get the same. So I'm going to say to myself, what number when I add it together, because it has to be equal, so it has to be the same number. What number when I add it to itself is 16? So in my head right now, I'm thinking of all the ways that I can get 16. 15 plus 1 is 16. No, that won't work because it needs to be shared equally. 7 plus 9 is 16. No, they're not equal. 10 plus 6 is 18, 10 plus 6 is 16. Yeah, they're still not equal. Oh, wait a minute. 8 and 8 are 16. So if I get 8 and my friend gets 8, that's going to be 16. So we would each get 8 stickers. Let's try it again. You have 15 papers to hand out to 5 groups in your class. How many papers will each group receive? I know I said mental math, but it doesn't hurt to do Mrs. Flurry's strategy of when in doubt, draw it out. So I have 5 groups. 2, 3, 4, 5. How many papers will each group receive? 5 groups, 15 papers to hand out. They don't each get 15. So that means I'm going to give everybody 1 until I get to 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, everybody would get 3 papers. Our math message. This one you really want to get your whiteboard out. And we're going to try this. 4 friends equally share 6 granola bars. How many granola bars will each friend get? Use sketches to show your thinking. Well, let's go back and read the problem and think about what it's telling us. We have 4 friends, and they are equally sharing 6 granola bars. So that means I have 6 granola bars, and I'm going to share them equally between my 4 friends, which means everybody gets the same amount. How many granola bars will each friend get? Pause the video and take some time to solve this problem and come back. All right, here's a problem that you are working on, and I told you to make a sketch, so here's my sketch. So 4 friends equally share 6 granola bars. So what I did, and maybe you did the same thing, I have my 4 granola bars, or 6 granola bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I gave everybody one whole granola bar. Then the last 2 granola bars, I couldn't give those out equally, so I cut them in half, and I gave each of my friends half of those granola bars. So that means each friend got 1 1/2 of the granola bars. Okay? Now we have a problem where our 4 friends are going to equally share 6 pennies. How is this different from sharing granola bars? Well, I cannot cut a penny in half. I can't cut a penny in half. So I am going to make my 4 friends 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to give each of my friends a penny until I've either used them all or I can't share anymore equally. So 1, 2, 3, 4. But I've got these 2 pennies here because I have 6 pennies, but I cannot share them equally, and I cannot cut them in half. So a new vocabulary word that we're going to be using is the word remainder, because sometimes in a division problem you have some left over, and we call that the remainder. Now, when we are writing a division problem and we have some left over, it's going to be 6 divided by 4, because those are what we're working on. 6 pennies divided by 4 people. That arrow means the same as an equal sign. So 6 divided by 4 equals 1 whole, plus we have some left over. We have a remainder. So we make a capital R, and then the number that's left over or remaining. Here I have 3 children, and they're going to share 13 pennies. How many pennies will each child get? Well, 1, 2, 3, whoa, what happened? Sorry about that. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, there's my 13th penny. I'm going to put him over here because guess what? I can't cut it in half. I can't cut it in 3 parts. So that's going to be remaining. That's going to be left over. So the number that we're starting with are 13. That's what we start our division problem with, because we always start with the bigger number, and that's called the dividend. The number of groups that we're making is the divisor. The answer, 4, because they each get 4 pennies, we call that the quotient. And then what's left over is the remainder. So 13 divided by 3 equals 4, remainder 1. 21 candles are arranged in 3 rows. How many rows are there? Well, 21 candles, and they're in, with 3 in each row. 3 in each row. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Tidy that up a little bit. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and sorry, I'm going to have to go on top of the words. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. There, I've got them in rows of 3. 3 in each row. So how many are left over? None. I used them all. So that means 21. That's what I'm starting with, the bigger number. 21 divided by 3 equals 7. Because there are 7 rows and there's no remainder, so I don't need to put a capital R there. Each player is dealt 4 cards. There are 18 cards in all. How many players are there? Well, this time I don't know, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 18 cards and I'm going to make them be in groups of 4, because I know each person gets 4 cards. So there's 4. And another 4. And another 4. And another 4. And oh, but I have these over here left. I can't divide those equally. So how many players are there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4 players. And how many cards are left over? There are 2 cards left over. So my division number model will be 18 divided by 4 equals 4 remainder 2. I have 18 cards. I'm dividing them into 4 equal groups. Everybody gets 4 cards, and there's 2 left over, so remainder 2. 18 markers are shared equally among 6 children. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many markers are left over? Well, I'm going to give everybody a marker until I get to 18 or until I can't share anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Wow. How many markers does each child get? They each get 3. And how many markers are left over? None. There are no markers left over. So I'm not going to have a remainder in my problem. 18 divided by 6 equals 3. If there aren't any left over, I don't need to put the remainder in. All right, so for your work, for your practice, you're going to work on Math Journal page 52. And remember to sketch, sketch, sketch. When in doubt, draw it out. All right? And when you're finished with that, work on your math box pages. Have fun.